Christian, what was your reaction to the news that Jalen Reeves-Maybin has been told by the organization reportedly that his time is done when the new league year hits? He's no longer going to be part of the organization.
Yeah, I think that it's a tough move that the Lions had to make because when you start looking at the future of this roster and the extensions and all the cap money that they're going to need to have to make the moves that they want, this was a move that they had to make. And I think that when you look at the fact that they could be bringing back some of their free agents as far as like a Carlton Davis or a Derek Barnes, Kevin Zeitler, you need as much cap space as possible for the 2025 season. And unfortunately, Jalen Reeves-Maybin had that neck injury that cost him quite a few games this year. And when he was able to return from the injury, he missed a little bit as far as he just didn't have that same level of production, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And he did have to come in and contribute because they had so many injuries at the linebacker position. But I just didn't really see it. And as great as he was on special teams, the Lions do have other players who have kind of taken over that role of just being top special teams contributors. Khalil Dorsey comes to mind, who is a free agent, by the way. And Sione Vaki, as a rookie, had a really good year on special teams as well. So it's a tough move. Obviously, Reeves-Maybin is a captain. He's well thought of. He's the NFLPA president. But when you look at the construction of the roster, it was just hard to see him making a significant impact on defense given the depth at the position. And they could draft a young linebacker as well, which we'll get into some of the guys who were really, really good at the combine. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough break for Reeves-Maybin, and I'm sure he'll land on his feet. Obviously, his ability on special teams will be coveted across the league. It's just, it just wasn't for him in Detroit anymore.
Yeah, a couple $1 million cap savings. I think you get $2 million saved, but have to pay out 2.5 million in dead cap. So those are the numbers. He's 30 years old, the NFLPA president. I think his time, his run with the Detroit Lions is now over. You go younger. You go, when you look at the roster, potentially, like you said, just looking at some of the linebackers that performed, my goodness, athleticism, speed. And if you're looking for a depth player, I do think that you can upgrade the position. I think you can find a better player than Jalen Reeves-Maybin to be a special teams contributor, maybe even a contributor that can also make more impact out on the field. And I think
Mhm.
with Calvin Shepard, I think that potentially now you're going to have a coordinator that's going to have a fine eye for who's out there, and maybe even a player that had some opportunity that could also basically in a situation in which it's an NFL league not for long. Maybe Ezekiel Turner is a player that they want to develop and can be somebody that can also serve that role